started out. The Cowboys didn't throw it down the field. They took that one drive in 17 plays for Rams to get the ball in the end zone. And at that point, I didn't think, what's going on? Where's the defense? Where's all this new stuff we're supposed to do and be doing? And where are these players stepping up? But, Coach Landry used to tell us going into a game, especially when you go into a situation out of town, and I know there's no fans there, but it is their stadium, the Rams stadium. So they get to control the piping in of the crowd noise. So when they do something, they go crazy. It sounds like it's full of people. But when the Cowboys do something, it goes like, yeah, okay. So even though, it's not, Coach Landry used to tell us when we go into play out of town, because the crowd's so fired up, you just got to weather the storm and see where the dust is once the storm is settled. And then once the Cowboys settled down and saw where the dust was, then they started picking it up and playing. Doing great on offense. Cowboys are moving the ball down there. What's his name? Dak Prescott. You better pay him that money, Jerry. He's 15 for 18, 187 yards, no interceptions, and 1 touchdown. And Zeke looked like he's in mid-season form the way he's running the football. And then your receivers, CD. CD Lamb, 4 catches for 57 yards and 1 deep one for 33 yards. He looked like the original 88 when he came out of that break and caught it down on the sideline there. So, but the key is how to get the defense up and going and controlling them, get a little pressure on Goff, stop that running game. You got a guy named Malcolm Brown. Who is that, He can't be getting all those yards against us. So anyway, we're joined by Darren.
Yeah.
What's up? Darren Wise, Jennifer Nickerson, and the great Paul Salpin's all here. What do you guys think of the first half? I'll start with you, Jennifer.
Oh, she's muted.
Got to unmute. All right, get that fixed. We'll start with Darren.
All right.
I think the Cowboys are in it.
Darren at the first half. Did you get a chance to watch it?
Yes, sir, I did. I think the Cowboys are in this. They've got they checked a lot of boxes in the offseason, and I think they're doing great. I think they're in it to win it. Does anybody?
Yeah, for a first game, these guys are really hitting, man. They haven't hit really, no preseason games, and their practices, they don't really hit each other. They might pop each other, but they don't really hit each other like they're getting hit out here on this field tonight. But for them to step in and play the game like it's supposed to be played, and at the speed they're playing it and the way they're doing it, I take my bald-headed hat off to them for what they're doing and the way and this was around the league, watching games all day, how teams stepped up when the whistle blows, they become pros and they play the game like pros. Jennifer, you with us now? Not yet.
Nope. Okay.
All right. We'll get on that. David, we'll get on.
Hey, there I am.
There you go.
There's Jennifer Reed. What do you think?
Got back in. I got locked out for a hot minute.
Jennifer Reed.
10.
All right. Did you see the game? Did you see the first half? What do you think?
It was pretty intense. I mean, it was neck and neck. I posted, when they're at 7-7, they're they're doing good. I mean, considering all the factors, I think they're doing well.
Hey, we got a caller, Cowboy Dale.
Yeah.
Let's get him on the line. Can we get Cowboy Dale on the line and see what's on his mind?
Yeah.
He's one of our biggest fans.
And we warned before, but if we ever get any Eagles fans or trollers, they get dropped right out because this is something we can control.
See what they got to say.
All right.
We'll shut them off, right?
That's right.
Cowboy Dale couldn't get with us. He's from Tennessee, calling in from Tennessee, or zooming in from Tennessee. Paul, what did you think about the first half? Did you get a chance to see any of it?
Oh yeah, they look great. Well, I mean, it's funny, like you said, with the preseason, the preseason doesn't really matter as much anyway, does it? Because if you think about it, like they don't even put in the best players oftentimes, and we're not seeing them hit at full strength anyway. So it's just really like a televised practice, and so now we're getting to see them right out of the gate. They're hitting hard, they're doing well, and I'm loving it. Except I'm not so sure about that belly tattoo on Zeke. Do you see that?
No, I missed that. I'm glad I.
Hey, he's got the, was it feed Zeke, right? On the tattooed on his belly.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Zeke's
man.
Pretty out there. He's got that piercing in his nose, and
Yeah.
I don't know this for sure, but I bet his body is all tatted up, stuff like that. He seems like that kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then he balls his head up into that little ball and puts it right on top of his head. And he looks a little different with that. But that's the way they roll nowadays, right?
You know what, Drew? What people are going to want to know from you is you're looking at the crowd there, the cardboard cutouts and the crowd noise. Would that mess you up at all, or would that be like?
Yeah, that's a distraction. Get them out of there,
Yeah.
And here's the worst part: when the TV cameras show them on TV, like they're cheering or something after a good play, they pan to the crowd. Wow, you watch the NBA playoffs, they're all in the bubble, and they do that all the time. I said, don't insult my intelligence by showing me the crowd, the fake crowd, okay?
Yeah.
Now, the crowd noise they're pumping in, it's very timely the way they're doing it. They're doing a good job with that. I don't know if you guys seen any Ranger games this year.
Mm-hmm.
They've done a good job with that as well. And then in basketball, there's really no home court, because they're in the bubble. So the crowd is cheering. You make a basket, they make a basket, everybody's cheering in basketball. So the timing of pumping in the crowd noise is a big deal, And at that stadium, they got the decibels, right? Right, Darren? You know what decibels are?
Yes, sir. They're
cranking them up, huh?
We need that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I tried to buy a cardboard cutout of Darren to put in the and they wouldn't allow it because he had the sunglasses on. It was a shame.
Oh, that is a shame.
Hey, you guys see that zoomed in? That's a Cowboys Super Bowl ring right there.
Oh, you see that? Oh, you noticed that?
It is.
That's how I do when I get stopped by the cops. Hey, what's up, sir? He says, that a Super Bowl ring? I said, yes, sir. Would you like to try it on? You know what happens after that? I get an escort. They say, follow me. I take you where you need to go.
There we go.
All right. So look at these team stats. We got 14 first downs. They got 15. It's a pretty even first half. And that's indicative of the score, 14 to 13. We're 240 yards total offense. They're 256. Here's the big killer for us. We have 6 penalties, okay? 6 penalties. That's way too many. The Rams only have 1. And the penalties have been costing us in field position. And so we got to clean that up in the second half. And the other big thing that sticks out on these team stats, guys, is the time of possession. The Rams lead the time of possessions over 9 minutes, 19:35 to 10:25. So that means they're controlling the ball, getting those first downs, staying on the field, keeping our defense on the field. And we got to change that. We got to reverse that. And so I think we get the ball to start this second half, and we'll see if we can go down and extend this lead. But I'm pretty proud of the guys. The way they hung in there, where they fought, through this dust storm, as they say, let the dust settle. And now they got, that's got to be a little deflating to the Rams. They had the lead all first half, pretty much dominating the first half. And they go into this halftime, into their new locker rooms, trailing 14 to 13. So any prediction for the second half? Paulie, what's on your mind? Is the caller in yet, Cowboy Dale?
He was having trouble. I saw him kind of trying to message us. He has never done Zoom before, so he's having some trouble.
Well, we're gonna have these kind of things at the first go round, but we'll work out those kinks once the dust settles for us.
He's here, but he's having trouble. So.
Yeah. All
Should I
right.
ask
How
him-
about
should I
Jennifer?
tell him to ask a question? Should I ask him?
Did Jennifer boot up?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear
Which
me?
one is that? I
Here
hear.
she is.
Hey,
All right.
Yay!
All right.
Yes, what a great first half. Sorry that my audio wasn't working, but I will say I realized how there's a bunch of new players that I didn't know who they were. So it took me a second to kind of learn some of the new names already.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the young guys.
Yeah. Well, the way they're playing some of these guys, these new guys, like Alden Smith, guy hadn't played in 5 years. You know,
Wow.
he's
Mhm.
doing drugs for 5 years. His grandmom had to straighten him out. Everybody in the world talking to him. The only one that ever got through to him was his grandma, you know, and
Yeah.
she put the impact on him. And now, boy, he had about 5 tackles in the first half. He was
Mhm.
very active. And for a guy that hadn't played in 5 years or so, you know, that's pretty good. So that's a name we're going to get used to hearing. And
Mhm.
hopefully he stays healthy, because we don't really put him at defensive end. They've been putting him at strong side linebacker because Sean Lee's been hurt.
Now
And
I
speaking
have a
of hurt,
question.
Van Der Esch got hurt in this game too. Looked like he's out for the rest of the game. What was that?
Well, I just wanted to ask, I know this is a little off, but before the halftime's over, I just wanted to know if we can get your take on Jason Witten
Mm.
going to Vegas. Can we just touch on that real quick?
No, that's fine. I mean, you know, he wants to extend his career. He wants to extend his career, and the Cowboys didn't want him. So you got to go to the next best place. It happens to the best of them. Tony Dorsett finished in Denver. Emmitt Smith finished with Arizona. You know, Joe Montana finished with Kansas City. You know, it happens to the best of them. If you want to extend your career and you've been a good player, somebody's going to give you the chance. And it might not be where you want it to be, but you'll still be playing pro football.
We go back
Yeah.
up.
But Witten, you know, the Raiders, I like the Raiders. I always was a Raider fan as a kid growing up. And it looks like they might have something good going. They won today. Philadelphia lost today to the Washington Redskins. Philadelphia was like us, you know. I mean, the Redskins were like us. They started off slow in the game. Philadelphia 17-0. And then the Redskins scored 27 unanswered points to turn that game around. So, you know, it's not how you start. It's how you finish.
Yeah. And
That's
with
it.
that, it looks like we're back on.
Whatever it takes.
Can y'all hear me?
Anybody else got anything?
Put your Cowboy down on.
Can you hear me?
Halftime's over.
Yep.
Hey, we got the
The
ball.
game is back on. So we'll come back after this second half and talk about how they did, and we'll get some calls from the fans.
Sounds good, Paulie.
Too.
Thank you, guys. Enjoy the second half. Hut, hut.
Okay, sounds good. Hut hut.
Good.
Good.